Why is self-sufficiency considered the highest level of worthiness? Because as an adult, we're not talking about a child or an infant. Being an adult, we have hands and feet. We have the ability to work. We have creativity. We have self-functions. When I can, in a balanced and objective way, see my real needs in life without sticking extra emotions onto them. The only thing I need to do is go meet those needs myself. Satisfy myself. I want to make money, so I improve my money-making skills and earn more. I want to be more beautiful, so I study makeup techniques. In front of the mirror, study styling, learn how to make myself look better. I want to be better in relationships, so I learn how to take responsibility as an adult, to consistently be good to and love my partner, and to maintain a long-lasting relationship. Regarding increasing one's sense of worthiness, one big misconception I really dislike is this. When we talk about worthiness, we often fall into a taker mindset, thinking, I deserve a better relationship, so I kick out this person and go find someone richer or better, then my relationship will be better. Or we say I deserve a better job if I'm unhappy with my current job. I go find a higher paying job. This becomes my way to prove my worthiness. This is one way to prove worthiness. I once fell into this trap too, when I felt I deserved better treatment, because I recognized early wounds that weren't properly acknowledged or experienced material lack. I would feel that in relationships the other person must give more for me. Then I would ask for more from them in the relationship. When we enter that way of thinking, you automatically become a demander. You will demand everything from those around you in intimate relationships. You demand their attention, their recognition, their love, their effort. You also seek external recognition and achievement when you do things, looking for positive feedback from outside. You also demand from friends, why didn't you reply to my message? Why weren't you there when I needed you? But demanding is the least effective strategy. Why? Because when our inner container, that black hole, isn't filled, no matter how much the outside gives, it will leak out. Like a cup that's broken, if it's already cracked. No matter how much water you pour in, it can't be filled. You can't be truly full from the inside. You will forever be an empty hole, needing to grab all sorts of things from outside to fill yourself. So an adult's way to satisfy themselves is self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency doesn't mean not relying on others or not needing people. Self-sufficiency is not a false independence. Satisfaction means I clearly see what my needs are. I can use everything I have and all the resources around me, relationships included as resources, and create the situations, life, and experiences I want. When I want a better relationship, I don't sit there demanding the other person be better, that they should spend more on me or give me more expensive gifts. Instead, I first satisfy myself. I first learn to give to myself. I learn how to see myself in my most vulnerable moments. When I attack myself, I can stop myself and say, stop, don't do that. I accept myself instead of self-attacking. When I really want something, I don't look at others with an innocent face, expecting them to buy it for me. I might save money and plan my finances, then use the money I created with my own hands to satisfy myself. I create the life I want. A couple days ago, I was reading Liu Xiaoqing's autobiography. She said life isn't afraid of starting over. Reading the book, I thought Liu Xiaoqing is truly an example of high worthiness and self-sufficiency. She wants something, she goes for it. She wanted to act, so she acted. She wanted to perform in theater, so she did. She wanted to go into business and start companies and groups. She did it. She never sat there waiting for a wealthy investor to fulfill her. She even had the ability to help others. She reached out to investors like Yu Rintang and Zhang Wen, actively bringing them in to invest. and help them make films and do the things where their talents could shine. I feel she truly is a model of someone who satisfies herself, then overflows to satisfy others. She is not a little girl, she is a mature woman who realizes she has a body of skills and abilities. From being a poor, inexperienced girl to coming to Beijing with nothing, she used her own hands to create the life she wanted. That is self-sufficiency. Always aware that I can create the life I want. I don't need to demand anything from outside. I can use the resources and relationships around me. Rely on them. Let those relationships help raise me up, but I won't use my body or my value to make any kind of transactional exchange. There is a fundamental difference between treating yourself as a commodity to be traded and treating yourself as a creative subject. If you see yourself as a creator, your existence alone means you can create. If you can create for yourself, you can be self-satisfied and self-complete. So recently, while preparing this podcast, I suddenly got a formula. Let me share it. What is worthiness equal to? Worthiness equals I exist. First, I am a living, breathing person. I am an adult. My feet are firmly planted on this land. Every day I have creative ability. Once I exist, I can do things. Every minute and every second can be used for creation. I am capable of creating the relationships I want, the life I want, the career I want, the experiences I want. Like today, I created this live recording experience that is also a way I satisfy myself. After I create, I become whole. Because I can create, I can self-satisfy, and I can gradually fill the hollow, the black holes that once existed in my heart. Through my self-sufficiency, I slowly patch them up, making my heart a container that can receive abundance and love. Then I naturally share that love and abundance with people around me. So worthiness equals exist, I create, I become whole. A person with high worthiness has achieved these three things. First, I am a person. Second, I can create. Third, I can self-satisfy. What remains after I create and satisfy myself? The surplus I share from my heart with those around me, like today's sharing. I now know how worthiness can be increased, and in the process of enriching myself, I make this podcast to share these insights and experiences with everyone. I don't need anyone to repay me, because the act of sharing doesn't diminish me. I'm not exchanging anything with you in front of the camera. I simply exist and speak what I want to say. That sharing already satisfies and nourishes me. This is what I understand as worthiness, what determines worthiness, and how we move step by step from a state of scarcity, guilt, self-drain, and shame, not knowing what we want, towards self-completion and self-sufficiency. I don't need anyone to give me anything in return, because the act of sharing itself does not diminish me. I am not making any kind of exchange with you in front of the camera. I simply exist and sit here to say what I want to say. This act of sharing is already enough to satisfy me and nourish me. This is what I understand as what worthiness is, what determines a sense of worthiness, and how we move from scarcity, guilt, self-consumption, and shame, a state where we don't even know what we want, and step by step